Welcome to the What If Ask AI channel. On this channel, we ask multiple AI services what if questions. The what if questions was made back in my childhood when I was asked to put all my questions in a binder because my family was tired of me asking them all the questions I had in mind. Now, later in the future, I'm taking the questions I made from my childhood and asking the AI services the questions and reviewing and judging their responses. I hope you enjoy this channel.
Welcome back to the What If Ask AI channel, and today we're looking at this question right here. What if everyone's grass and lawn was pink? As always, I have two example what if questions that I'm asking the AI services to give them an example of a question and an answer. And the AI services I'll be using today are ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Duck AI, and a new alternative that I'm going to be using for one of the other AI services. So without further ado, let's ask ChatGPT this question: what if everyone's grass and lawn was pink? Okay, here's ChatGPT's answer. It would make neighborhoods look dramatically different, with landscapes taking on a colorful, almost surreal appearance. People might eventually see pink lawns as completely normal, while gardening, landscaping, and even fashion or home design could evolve to complement the new look. It would certainly be a unique world to live in. Okay, now let's go to Google Gemini. Let's ask it the same question: what if everyone's grass and lawn was pink? Here's Gemini's answer. Well, I would say it would certainly make the world look like a massive, never-ending Dr. Seuss book, and I'd be quite amused by the sight. All right, here's Perplexity. Let's ask it the question: what if everyone's grass and lawn was pink? Okay, here's Perplexity's answer. If everyone's grass and lawn were pink, the world would feel much more surreal and playful at sight, like a permanent spring festival. It'd probably become a huge visual change in neighborhoods, parks, sports fields, and even tourism, because pink lawns would stand out everywhere. The effect would be mostly aesthetic if the grass stayed healthy, since grass pink already exists as a pink flowering plant, and there are also pink ornamental grasses used in landscaping. Everyday life. People would likely need time to get used to it because lawns are such a strong part of how we picture normal outdoor spaces. Pink would also change design choices for houses, city planning, and public spaces, since builders and landscapers usually try to balance colors rather than making everything the same shade. Nature and ecology. A fully pink lawn world would only work naturally if the plants were able to photosynthesize and survive in local climates. In real life, pink coloration in plants often comes from pigments rather than a change in function. But changing every lawn to pink could still affect which insects, birds, and animals are attracted to those spaces. Cultural vibe. Overall, it would probably feel cheerful, unusual, and a little whimsical. My honest reaction would be that'd be very cool, and people would definitely look at it. Okay, now let's ask Duck AI that same question: what if everyone's grass and lawn was pink? Here's Duck AI's answer. That would be pretty shocking at first. Like a whole neighborhood looks totally different, but people would probably adapt fast. It could become a new normal aesthetic, pink lawns as a style choice, and it might even affect how people perceive seasons, landscaping, and curb appeal. Like bright pink grass might make homes feel more playful, or depending on the shade, more high maintenance. Okay, now let's go to Typefully, which is the new service I was talking about. and let's ask it the question, what if everybody's grass lawn was pink? Okay, here's the answer. Well, pink lawns would certainly be eye-catching. Our neighborhoods would look like cotton candy fields. It might mess with our psychology. We'd feel calmer or more whimsical. Gardening would become surreal, and real estate photos would look absolutely wild. Nature lovers might find it jarring, but kids would probably think it's amazing. Okay, now I have my AI services, the rankings for them, with 5 being the worst and 1 being the best. And for number 1, I had Gemini. And the reason I put Gemini as number 1 is because it followed the example output I provided. And then it also said things like amazed by the sight. And then it also said like it would be like we were in the world of never-ending Dr. Seuss books. So I like how it said that. So that's why I put Gemini as number 1. And then for number 2, I had Typefully. And the reason I put Typefully as number 2 is because it mentioned how like this pink lawns would be eye-catching, and I like that. Then I also mentioned how like the neighborhoods would look like cotton candy fields because cotton candy is usually like pink and stuff like that. So I like the words it mentioned, and then it also mentioned nature lovers would find it jarring, but the kids would probably think it's amazing because the color change. So that's why I put Typefully as number 2. And then for number 3, I had Duck AI. And the reason I put Duck AI as number 3 is because it said things like it would be shocking at first, but then it would make homes more playful. So I like how it said that, like right here, it might make homes more playful and depending on the shade and the high maintenance. So I like how it said that. So that's why I put Duck AI as 3. For 4, I put ChatGPT. And the reason I put ChatGPT as 4 is because it said things like neighborhoods would look different. And then also it said like it would certainly be a unique world to live in. So that's why I put ChatGPT as 4. And then for 5, I put Perplexity. Mostly because it was kind of the longest and didn't really follow the example. But Perplexity put some things in there kind of like it mentioned changed in everyday life, in nature. And then also, technically, if it just said this alone, my ranking for it would be different. You would just say like that'd be very cool, and people would definitely talk about it. I do agree that this would be a really great answer. So once again, my rankings for this episode is Perplexity is 5, ChatGPT is 4, Duck AI is 3, Typefully is 2, and Gemini is 1. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.